Have you ever wondered why losing someone or something you care about so much hurts deeply? For some of you, it's been years, 3, 5 years, or even 10 years, and yet the pain still feels as if the loved one or that thing or that person, special person you care about just died few minutes ago, or the person just left few minutes or few seconds ago. Yes. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to think about a loss that you have had that has changed your life. What is that thing that you lost that has changed your life? Could it be a loved one, a relationship, a business, anything at all? And I want you to pen it down as we begin. I welcome you today to today's edition of the Mind's Canvas, and today we'll be exploring why loss hurts so deeply, and more importantly, we shall be sharing you ways to begin your healing journey. And let's not forget that the Mind's Canvas is a healing and a learning community. What we mean is it's an opportunity for you to share your thoughts and your ideas and your questions. So feel free at any point along this video to drop your questions, and you'll be sure to receive an answer to that. Right? So let us begin. So one of the reasons I have discovered why pain of a loss goes deep, one of them is what I will call, or what I title, the connection and the attachment. All right. Now this is what we mean. Look, human mind, or the human being, is created for connections. All right. We are not created to be alone. All right. We are born into a family, into a community, and these things kind of reshape our lives and give our lives meaning, which is very true, to support our growth and everything. But sometimes we tend to go further into adding attachment around these things, these people. All right, and this is where the problem is. Are we together? That it feels as if when that loved person dies, or that relationship, that person decides to leave, it looks like our life has been shattered because of the attachment that is involved. You know, we've come to build our world around them, we've come to build our life around them, you know, and somehow we begin to have identity, begin to identify ourselves with those things, those people, and somehow we feel that without them we are no longer who we are. We lose ourselves completely. Let me share my experience. I remember when we lost our mom, when I lost my mom. For me, my mom was like my whole world. You know, she around her I feel so secure. She was like everything. And then losing my mom was like I was losing my life, because I felt I couldn't go on without her. In fact, I felt, what's the point of living, because without her I can't live. You know, but the truth about that is that yes, somehow we are connected because of love and all the rest of that, but that's not true. Without her I could live. It's been years, it's been 10 years, it's been 15 years, and I'm living. But because of the attachment that I had around her, my walls I built around her, I felt like she's gone, I can't do anything. Many people are like that. They build their lives, they attach so much attachment to their loved ones, their relationship, the money they've acquired, the wealth they built, their dreams, and all the rest of that. And once they leave, once something happened to that, you know, they feel like their life is beginning to sink. So here's what I want you to do. Take a moment to think about your own life. Is there a loss you are holding on to because of the strong connection, or maybe because of the unhealthy attachments? I want you to think about it. Feel free to share in the comment section so that we can reflect together. Hello, so that you understand that you're not alone on this journey. Are we together? All right. Now, but there's another thing again I want you to understand. Now, sometimes this loss is also a teacher. It helps us to reshape our lives. What do I mean by that? You know, somehow, if this loss has not happened, I'm using my own example. if I have not lost my parents, all right, I will still be this boy who can't do anything without them. You know, hey, I want mommy to do this for me, I want daddy to do this for me, I'll just sit back and but losing them made me realize that I have to sit up, all right, I have to re-strategize, I have to place the right priorities. Now I treasure what we had, but I have to move on. The pain taught me that, look, I have placed my strength, I have given over my strength to the wrong persons. No, don't get this wrong, my parents are amazing, they were wonderful, but there's some strength I need to keep for myself. I need to understand that life still goes on. I need to place priority on myself, all right? I began to discover that I had an unhealthy relationship with my parents where I was totally depending on them, all right? It's important that we feel these connections with our loved ones, in our relationship, with our achievements and our work and all the rest of that. But what I want you to understand is that, look, you shouldn't completely depend on them, on these things, to derive your meaning, your identity. Are we together? All right. So I want you to do this. What are those things, those places, those achievements you have totally depended on? Now, this video is not just for those who have lost someone. It's also a reminder or a preparatory for every one of us that's watching this video, as to help us to live or to have a healthy relationship, all right, so that when we experience a loss, all right, we don't feel totally, completely shattered. Now, I'm going to be giving some just 4 practical steps on how to heal from the loss of connection and attachment. So the first thing I want you to do is, number 1, you're going to acknowledge your pain. Give yourself permission to feel this pain. Cry if you must, all right? Write how you feel down and express how you feel, all right? The next thing I want you to do is reflect on the bond. Check that again. Check that relationship again. How was it? Was it just connection or unhealthy relationship? If they were unhealthy relationship, what are you learning that you will not try again? All right. So when I lost my mom, I learned that nothing is assured. This life is not certain. Nothing is promised. All we have is today. So I learned to start placing priorities on my relationship that I have now, being there for them. All right. In the next episode, I will explore more. I will explain to you more about what I'm saying. But for now, this is where I want us to just stop at. Reflect on your bond. The next thing is reconnect yourself. Loss sometimes makes us feel empty, scattered, and all the rest of that. But it's also a time to rediscover you. What are the things you love? Go back and start doing them. For me, it was music. After I lost my parents, it was a good time. I love music, so I had to give myself to music, to playing of the keyboard, and I discovered that as I played the keyboard, as I sang, I feel relief. It's like it touched my soul, and for me, that was a way that helped me. And the last point here is to surround yourself with people and support. Now, surround yourself with good meaning people. The fact that you lost a loved one does not mean that you've lost everybody around you. Surround yourself with love. You still find loving people. Surround yourself around them. Be vulnerable with them. Tell them how you feel. Look for a support group. If you are a man of faith, this is another good opportunity to reconnect in your church or your mosque or whatever, to heal. Open up for guidance. Go seek a counselor. And like a program like this, the Minds Canvas, is another good opportunity where you can support yourself, where you have a chance to express how you feel and all of that. All right. So among these 4 points, which of these steps makes so much sense to you right now, where you are right now? Leave a comment on the comment section below, or send me a direct message. I would love to know. Lastly, as we close, I want you to understand this, that loss is hard, but it is also a teacher. It stripes away what's unnecessary and shows us what truly matters. Oh yes, it does. It shows us what truly matters. So as you navigate your own journey of healing, remember this. The pain you feel is not a sign of weakness. No, it's not a sign of weakness at all. It's an evidence of the love and meaning that connection brought into your life. Are we together? So before we go, I would love to hear from you. What's one thing you have learned about yourself through your loss? What's one thing, as you reflect on what I'm said, what is one thing you have learned? Share in the comment section or message me privately. I would love to hear from you. Right? Thank you for joining me today on the Minds Canvas. If this episode spoke to you, please feel free to like our video and share it with someone who might need encouragement today. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel on Chimeremeze Onwuarusa, on Facebook on Chimeremeze Onwuarusa, and on TikTok Chimeremeze Onwuarusa. Alright, and remember, your canvas is yours to paint. Your life is yours to paint. So let's do this one brush stroke at a time. Until next week, take good care of yourself.